Now, the Marikana massacre, I think, is a shocking event in itself. But was there any point while you were making this documentary that you were shocked by the information that was coming out?
Absolutely. I mean, I have this British accent because I grew up in exile, and a large part of the exile family, so to speak, in London was people inside the movement, very senior people inside the African National Congress, and I never believed that such a movement, such a heroic, courageous movement, could turn against the people who had given it such unflinching support in the struggle for freedom, in the elections that followed, could turn against these same people in such a brutal manner, turn their guns, the force of the state, against ordinary mine workers who are so important for our economy, who work under such hard conditions for such small wages and live under such terrible conditions, often without water and sanitation. This could have been very easily avoided by simply talking, using the power of dialogue, using their moral authority among the workers to get people around the table. But instead, they opted for the use of firepower to do the bidding of a big multinational mining corporation, Lonmin. Lonmin wanted to see this strike broken. They had a plan, and the state and our police force and I believe our government went along with the plan of Lonmin to break this strike in order to protect their profits.
Now, we often speak about South Africa after apartheid. What does this event tell you about current day South Africa?
It tells me that, firstly, our people, the majority of our people who are excluded from the benefits of political democracy, formal equality, are now not willing to wait on the promises of the ruling party for them to achieve that. Large sections of our organised society, in the civic movement, in the trade unions, have now, lost trust. The ANC has lost legitimacy in their eyes. And I think this speaks to also the latest student rebellions as well, the growth and emergence of the economic freedom fighters, the very real split inside the trade union movement. All these things speak to a situation where the ANC has lost its moral authority among large and important sections of South Africa's middle and working class, and that they feel that they can no longer be trusted. And this has seen the emergence of, I think, very exciting possibilities for and social protest and social action, which hopefully will bring a much more equal South Africa into play. We, as viewers will know, are now the most unequal country in the world. We have 45% of our population living on or below, 45% of our working population living on or below the poverty levels as agreed to by the international institutions, and that is 3,300 rand or below. We have, the majority of our university students who are not finishing their degrees. We have 60% unemployment amongst the youth, and Marikana, in a way, was the explosion, all these factors, the fact that workers have got more and more dependence, people who are on the inside have got formal work, so to speak, are supporting more and more people as unemployment grows, and this is a huge burden, and we're seeing a series of explosions happening in South African society that will continue to happen. Now, can the South African government be kept accountable, be transparent? Can we ensure that those who authored the massacre, the policemen and so on, and the political superiors are held to account? This is critical if we're not if we are to turn the tide, so to speak, to turn the tide against a shift towards a more authoritarian, violent response to increasing levels of protest, which I believe, in essence, come down to who owns South Africa, who controls South Africa, and whose interest is South Africa being run in.